We're back for another one of our official reviews. As always, we want to thank our extremely large fan base for all their love, support, and comments. We know you spend your week drooling at the mouth waiting for these reviews, so let us prolong it just a little bit longer to help build suspense. This week, we'll break down the latest flick written and directed by Rian Johnson. It claims to be a whodunit for the ages. Now, Mr. Johnson can be considered a controversial filmmaker in our time, but no matter what our prior feelings towards him and his previous films that shall not be named, The Last Jedi, Looper, we must go into this film with an open mind. So grab your knives for this murder mystery that really gives us a deep dive into the drama that surrounds privileged families during the passing of wealth, as we examine Knives Out.
Welcome to the Cinema Hood. R&R Reviews.
Make sure you check us out on all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, for all of our extremely intellectual content. Or, if you really want to talk to us, you can email us at rogercinemahood@gmail.com. Now, we love to take a deep dive into the psyche with our content, and we know that's why you keep coming back. Make sure you click those buttons so you don't miss out on anything. As always, our review will be spoiler-free. No Ness coming in through the back door today. Now, here at R&R, we gave Knives Out an overall rating of 5.9 out of 10 points. Remember that a 4 is considered watchable, so we can infer from this rating that the film is certainly worth seeing and is definitely entertaining. But what it really lacks is a particular oomph, if you will, that would certainly classify this film in a much higher category. But don't get us wrong, it still certainly has something to offer. This sort of genre is great for nearly any age with light suspense and a soft tone. It's just that we feel this movie could have walked into something much more grandiose. It had amazing potential, and it just wasted it. Kind of like Looper, The Last Jedi. The film mainly follows Marta Cabrera, an in-home nurse played by Ana de Armas, who takes care of a very wealthy writer, Harlan Thrombey, played by Christopher Plummer. After a large family gathering consisting of the rest of our ensemble cast takes place, Mr. Thrombey is found dead in his house. The remaining portion of the film, just like you guessed it, is about solving the murder of Mr. Thrombey. Now, going into this film, we already have presumptions about what we believe will take place. But just from seeing previous films of this genre, we know that we're about to see a large group of people secluded tightly together while police try to solve the murder of someone close to them. All the while, we will learn more and more about each character until finally leading us up to the epic twist that will put everything back in order. It tries hard to break the expectation and deliver something different. It's difficult to say much without violating our spoiler-free commitment, but the film does change the way in which we expect to be surprised. Now, some will walk away from this surprised by the twist, while others may feel they saw it coming a mile away. The real question is, does the film give you enough suspense to emotionally guide you to its resolve? Well, kinda. It feels like the film is trying to build a suspenseful atmosphere, as it should have, but for some reason, it just never really gets there. The premise is great. We're intrigued from the first moment, but yet we keep waiting for it to start and it simply doesn't. We meet a ton of different characters, all offering their own divisive personality. There's some good jokes and a small amount of development for each. Honestly, there is less of a developing and more of a slow reveal of who each of these characters are. All the characters are fine, but none of them offer a performance that truly stands out. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. Of course, we know that this film has an epic ensemble cast from all different spheres of the acting world. From Daniel Craig to Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon to Chris Evans, there's Lakeith Stanfield, Don Johnson, Toni Collette, Catherine Langford, and the list continues. Most of these talents are seasoned actors, and although there is nothing wrong with their performances, it just seems like there is nothing that truly moves you. As for our auxiliary categories, we can't really recall much other than the ordinary. The score is unmemorable. It's not that it lacks a score, it's just missing that it factor that brings it to a resonating place in our mind. Our visuals don't really stun us either. This film really doesn't require much use of CGI, but there weren't any shots or cinematography worth talking about. The only unique piece here is the set. The Thrombey estate, where most of the film takes place, is decorated in a very distinctive way, and Rian Johnson wastes no time in showing it off. The home is what sets the tone for the film, and truly one of the only remarkable mentions. So again, as the rating states, the film is certainly worth your view. It just may not have the lasting place in your memory. An event that could have been so much more than it was. Until next time, guys, it's a beautiful day in the cinema hood.